Don't even think about sticking your hand out beyond the boundaries of your boat. Imagine you're sailing in a small boat in the middle of the Amazon River, and suddenly you hear the locals calling out to you and saying this. And it's not because of piranhas or even crocodiles. This warning is due to a giant creature, much more dangerous. A real beast, armored and fortified with metallic scales. A fish whose body is covered with hard armor to the extent that most sharp knives don't affect it. Even when fishermen try to cut it with knives, it doesn't cut easily, and sometimes the knife strikes on its body can even produce sparks. The local fishermen call this monster the Arapaima. This giant fish can reach a length of up to 3 meters, which is about 1.5 times your height. And if you don't feel intimidated by its size, let me tell you that it can also leap out of the water with its massive size. It's even the only fish that the piranha hesitates to attack before thinking twice. And now, let's imagine if a foolish piranha decided to try its luck and bite the Arapaima. What do you think would happen? Without a doubt, the piranha's teeth would break with the first bite. And the funny part is that the piranha wouldn't leave a single scratch on the Arapaima's body wool, as if you're trying to scratch a massive tank with a plastic fork. But wait, the amazement doesn't end there. This fish can breathe air outside of the water. It has a primitive organ similar to a lung, and surfaces every 15 minutes to take a quick breath before diving back into the depths. The problem, dear viewer, is that its surfacing is terrifying in itself. Imagine you're on a boat in the Amazon River, and suddenly you hear a massive, frightening water explosion, as if someone opened a Pepsi bottle the size of a car. And after you calm down, you realize that the Arapaima was just coming up for a normal breath, and then went back down. While all other fish might suffocate if they leave the water, the Arapaima can switch to flight mode at any time and continue its life without regular breathing. Now, we come to the most terrifying part of our episode today: how the Arapaima hunts its prey. The Arapaima is a stationary fish, and it seems heavy in itself, not interested in chasing or even running after its prey. It simply opens its mouth and activates suction mode, and in a fraction of a second, any unsuspecting creature passing by is sucked into its mouth like a vacuum cleaner swallowing food crumbs. Fish, frogs, birds, cats, all meet the same fate. The strange thing is that despite the terror this species causes to everything around it, they are very nurturing parents to their offspring. The male Arapaima produces something similar to milk from under its eyes to feed its young. Imagine hundreds of little ones gathered around its face, drinking the milk coming out of its eye. And of course, no creature would go crazy and think of approaching them. After all, who would dare to come close with that bulldozer standing next to them? But still, Mr. Muhammad, what is the secret that makes the Arapaima so terrifying to all creatures? Focus with me and I'll tell you. The main secret of the Arapaima's strength lies in its legendary armor, which is 10 times stronger than bone and layered over each other like a knight's armor in the Middle Ages. Not only that, but the locals also use the Arapaima's scales as sharp tools. And if the Arapaima's armor isn't impressive enough for you, let me tell you that its tongue is also made of bone. It's as if it has a wooden baseball bat inside its mouth, and it uses its tongue to grind prey as if it were a natural meat grinder. However, despite all the armor and immense strength of the Arapaima, they have only one enemy: humans. Arapaima fish have rich meat with a taste similar to smooth butter, which makes fishermen willing to do anything to catch them. Although catching them is originally prohibited, fishermen still pursue them. The skin of the Arapaima can also be turned into luxurious products like crocodile leather. But if you're skilled, go ahead and try to catch one if you can. Catching the Arapaima is not easy because it is not an ordinary fish. Just one strike from its tail can cause bruises that last for weeks. That's why fishermen protect themselves well and wear armor while catching it. The strangest thing about this fish is that it has existed since the age of dinosaurs. It lived, for example, during the time when the T-Rex was shaking the ground with its feet, and has remained stable in rivers for thousands of years, adapting to all environmental changes. In short, it's like we're talking about a real dinosaur living among us to this day. The Arapaima is not just a fish, it's a living relic over 100 million years old. Imagine a creature that has managed to defy time, wearing an iron armor and breathing outside of water. Despite all this, fishermen, with their greed, have nearly wiped it out. Do you think that's fair? Will this armored beast be able to survive, or is its end near? And more importantly than all of this, what would you do if you suddenly found its massive mouth opening right in front of you in the water? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if it's your first time here.